Friday. Woo! So you know what time it is. It is time to party with Ashley's Fitness Party podcast show. And you know the Ashley's Fitness Party show always brings to you light, trendy, fun fitness and health topics, but they're also very informative. And so today, I would like to present to you our special guest. He's going to tell us a little bit about his own fitness and health experience. He is Coach Brandon, who is a friendly neighborhood fitness coach from the local Atlanta area. Also accessible on virtual platforms from Get Gains or Get Gone. And he is your go-to guy for building muscle mass, personal training, and a list of other things. All right. He's been doing this since 2014, so he knows what he's doing. Let's give the platform to Brandon so he can tell us more about himself. And so, Brandon, please tell me, how did you get started in the fitness industry, and tell me exactly what you do in the fitness industry.
So the way I got started was really just from my own goals. I was living in South Florida from like 2010, 2015, the half-naked lifestyle state, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was just really insecure with my body. I mean, tired of the flabby chest, the belly at the beach, putting extra shirts on. And so I decided to take, to start, get into exercise. I started with like the Insanity programs, like one of the hardest things I've ever done. I mean, it's
you started with that?
I started with that.
You didn't want to build to that?
No, it was just like, this has to go. So
yeah, okay, I respect that.
So yeah, I'm a aller. Like I'm a little crazy.
Right, no shades of gray.
But you have to be a little crazy, honestly, to get into certain areas of fitness,
oh my gosh,
I think.
I literally had that conversation with someone the other day.
You have to be a little crazy, or or what society deems as crazy, right? But
yes.
After that, I got into, the gym. Snap Fitness 24/7 is where I first started. Okay. And then the manager there, Alex, he just noticed, how much progress I was making. And one thing that was fueling me, too, was just seeing how my grandparents were going through some health issues. And so, after a while, among other people kind of asked him for advice because they see my transformation. He said, hey, why don't you become a trainer, And so, honestly, it was that question, that really actually like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm in school for graphic design, but I can make money now.
And good money too.
But honestly, the main fuel was like, it felt good to motivate other people to be, some type of symbol for people that they can do it too. And that's the main thing I want people to realize, like, no matter where somebody is in their fitness, level, you have same potential. Yeah. You just have to have the mindset to want to bring it out.
Exactly. And that helps me segue into my next question, which was, what motivates you to train other people? What is it, the empathy that you feel because you went through it yourself, you experienced, some form of insecurity about your body, which made you overcome those obstacles? Is it just the empathy? What else drives you?
Well, I'll definitely say insecurity is what got me started. But if I'll put it like this, right, I've always been somewhat of a confident-ish type of guy. I do have my insecurities.
Yeah, I can see that.
But once I started to get, say, the energy, from other people, right?
Right.
Oh, you're doing this. The confidence came. Right. And ultimately, I wanted other people to be able to feel the same confidence that I was experiencing.
Yeah.
And then, it just came to a point to where it's like, what? I see, my community. I see how my grandparents dealt with their fitness until their death. I want people to realize that growing up old or growing up breaking down is a myth that we've decided to just accept as a society.
I love that.
Our fitness is the only thing that we can, y'all allows us control in our life.
Right.
Why not take that into our control? That's the only thing we can control.
Yeah.
Really, of course, prayers out to those who deal with things that they're born with and such. But
right.
But yeah, I mean, I want to see more fit, a more fit world in the future. So it's like I need to put myself in a position to teach people how to live this lifestyle, regardless of what they
right.
stuff,
and
so.
And I can appreciate that. And you're sharing your confidence with other people. You're spreading that same type of what you felt, what you feel is important, which is the confidence side of it, with other people so that you can build them up and empower them. Right. I can respect that. What do you say that you like the most about what you do?
What I like the most about what I do, well, for one, I feel like I'm, in my purpose. That's the most important thing. I feel like I'm doing what I was born to do.
Yep.
What I like the most about it is that I would say the healing that people get, and not even just physical healing, but this is a mental and spiritual healing for some people.
Yes.
Yep. I'll say like today before I came here, I had a really deep conversation with a client today, and I think when you're training for so long, you deal with so many people's personalities, you start to get into a place mentally to where you can start being disconnected because you're dealing with so many people. And so they really expressed to me today, how much they needed to feel more connection and such, right? And I think I could get out of that, connected feel from just going through the motions after a while. And so I think the thing I like the most is the connection that I'm getting with people. It's teaching me, to stay connected with people, even though it might be hard a little bit by the end of the day because I'm so mentally drained. But it's the healing that I see. I see spiritual and mental healing with people when they pursue their health and fitness goals. I think no matter how smart and intelligent you are, it's impossible to be at your full capacity without being physically healthy. Because nutrition in our body, is affected by hormones and chemicals. So if you eat crazy or you're feeling sluggish or whatever, that's going to affect your anxiety or depression or whatever.
Absolutely. And I saw something happening there when you were talking about the conversation that you had with your client. What happened was you're helping them grow, but they actually were helping you grow as well. Because they made you aware of something that can help you evolve, not just as a trainer, but also as a person. I think that's beautiful when both of you guys, that connection is valuable to both people. And I've learned as a trainer the same thing. When you are dealing with all those different personalities, and even if you're going to people's homes, and training in their homes, that's a whole nother level of connecting with the person. When I started going to people's homes and training in their homes, I had to let go of some, feelings that I had of discomfort of being too close to my clients. I was like, I don't want to get too close to the point where the lines of friendship and business get blurred. But I did learn as a personal trainer, you are in a lifestyle of servitude. You are serving other people. And with serving other people, you have to humble yourself down. You have to be able to be in uncomfortable situations. And sometimes you do have to serve their emotions.
And it's easy to get to the point of how good you are at something. So that could accrue some type of pride in you. Where it's like, yo, you can't tell me how to. But I mean, ultimately, you have to listen to people and see where they're coming from. This where I draw, say, from my workouts, I draw a certain amount of maybe aggression or confidence. Some people are working out through sadness and depression.
Right. Okay.
And so I have to learn. And so honestly, it's like we're like psychologists, or a little bit, because
absolutely
it does get to when it's very personable to work with people's body. So people start to get comfortable to where they want to tell you a little bit about their life and stuff.
And they will.
So and there's nothing wrong with that, because you do want to understand who you're working with.
Right.
But like I said, it can take a lot of energy from you.
Yes.
And so you can get into the mode of being, like I said, disconnected. So it's good to be set straight, be told something, and now you can kind of recenter yourself. And that's where it goes. And we got to pour into ourselves.
Yes,
too.
I was literally just about to say that. It's the balance, juggling balance of pouring back into yourself so you can continue to pour out and in and out. And honestly, if you don't do that, you will do what they call hit a wall. You'll
Yep.
hit a wall. As a personal trainer, you can burn out fast if you don't continue that cycle, that in and out cycle. And no one can do it for you.
Yeah.
No one can pour into you. You have to pour into yourself. Now, you can have mentors and things like that, but what I mean by that is you have to do your own spiritual, mental, emotional work on
Yep.
yourself in the time that you have so that you can pour back out.
I start every single. I try my. I was very good with this from like starting 2018 November, and I kind of fall off a little bit. But I start every single day with a devotion, prayer, and meditation.
Oh, I love it.
And it's a thing of taking control of my own atmosphere.
Yes.
If I set my atmosphere in the morning before I start my day, then it'll be easier to control that throughout the day. And then of course, you can pray, meditate, reset your mind. So you have an argument or disagree with somebody, you can, pray, meditate, get that energy out so you can get to the next. Like,
right.
Like going from client to client, something could happen in between. Now your mental is off for the next client, and then that client notices,
true.
and then
yes,
and so like you really do. But I enjoy the challenge a little bit of having to juggle
obstacles.
But I do think it's a situation where it puts me in growth as well.
Oh yeah.
But I gotta remember, this is service. Like at the end of the day, and the greatest king is the humblest servant. Like,
amen to that.
You gotta remember that.
Yes, I could say so much about that, but we would get into church.
Yeah.
We would start having church right now.
I have to work on humility. Like I can admit that. Like I can get. People throw the Leo thing at me. Oh, you cocky Leo, whatever.
Yeah.
Look, I get it. I'm working on it. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like every sign is born with their own strengths and flaws.
Yeah.
And your part of your journey and mission is to recognize your flaws and work on them.
Yeah.
So nobody can really be judging anyone else. We all have our own strengths and flaws. I think that's beautiful. So I appreciate you saying that. So tell me, we really just finished off a whole year of dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. And it has been, I don't even have words for it. It's been just obstructive and destructive and depressing and for a lot of people. We've lost so many lives, over 500,000 lives just in the U.S. alone. And the world is still a little bit topsy-turvy. And, fitness and health did I guess what's the word? Take a hit for a lot of people. A lot of people were at home on lockdown, sitting day after day after day in the house, drinking their wine and just eating what they want and trying to stay. I guess it's trying to stay stress free through all of this, but. Right. When you take out the fitness aspect, like you said, you take out the physical, things are going to start to happen to your mental and emotional. Yeah. So tell me, how did COVID-19 affect you and your clients?
So when COVID-19 started, I started to immediately do as much research as possible, learn the ins and outs of how this. I think as a health and fitness coach, you have trainers that just focus on exercise. They have trainers that focus on nutrition. Me, I focus on nutrition and fitness. And I do think it is my duty to understand all things health. So even understanding how viruses and how this thing works is important for me to help give my clients preventative measures as well.
Right.
The way it affected, so at first, business took a small hit. Like, some people lost their job.
Yeah.
Some people, some clients, really kind of, fell off, and understandably. After, say, 2 months, training shot up. What you realize is people started to hire you just for the mental anguish that they were going through. Yes. Not even for the physical at that point. So, for some people, I'm just tired of being in the house. Yeah. So here's a good thing, where research can show you preventative measures, right? People got to understand how important vitamin D is, right? And the sun is the most, if we were to live underground, or if, say, the sun was sprayed with dust or covered we would all fall into depression. We actually need the vitamin D from the sun to feel energetic, to feel happy. If we didn't have the sun, it would be bad for us.
Wow, that's how important vitamin D is.
That's how important it is. Wow. And so, if you're missing that, and on top of that with your health, studies show that vitamin D. Most people who have issues with COVID have very low vitamin D levels. The vitamin D helps the cells to not stick, to yours, as well as your blood type goes into your immunity.
I did hear about that.
Right. So
I have the right blood type, by the way.
I'm O. Oh, okay. So you're the most immune.
Yes, that's why I've just been gloriously skipping through the pandemic.
As long as you keep your immune system up, you stay healthy.
Yes, absolutely. I would definitely not recommend someone just ride out the fact that they have low blood type.
The way that works. Yeah. Well, I'm going off into a tangent, but I'll go back. So the way that works is it's looked at as an A antigen, and y'all can do your own research on this. Don't believe me. Go and research for yourself to confirm for yourself. The body says as an A antigen. As an O blood type, you have no antigens on your blood cell, but you have A and B antibodies in your plasma. So you have A antibodies already to recognize the A antigen COVID and kill it, as well as the B blood type antigens can also help and convert. As a B blood type, I have B antigens and only A antibodies. And so I have the antibody to kill it, but less antibodies too. So I'm a little less immune. And then it goes from A and knowing the antigen, and A has B antibodies. AB has A and B antigens, no antibodies at all. And so you got to understand if you have antibodies or not, and then you can go, and live how you need to live. But yeah, teaching my clients things like that, knowing your body, know what your strengths and weaknesses, because some of us have aversions to certain viruses. Some of us have immunity to other things. Right. Like we all have strengths and weaknesses based on our body type. And really your blood type, you're knowing how to eat starts with your blood type. Yep. And knowing how to live a lifestyle actually starts with your blood type too.
Yes, yep.
But yeah, people started hiring for business has been great. I'll say, business has been great. I credit, Thumbtack, is a service site. They made me a 5-star pro in there.
Yay, congratulations!
Appreciate that. The software I use, My PT Hub, they recognized me and they had me on their podcast and such.
That's awesome.
And so, honestly, the only reason why I've been doing good, I just credit to my creator for real. Like I dedicate my business back to him. I put that at the head of my life, and I just try to be authentic with my clients and how I present my business and such.
Yeah. I love your transparency. That is one thing that I have noticed about you, even on social media. When I see your posts, you're very transparent, about the fact that, yes, I'm working hard to build my business, and I'm also not perfect. So don't try to make me a perfect human being when I'm not. I'm just doing the best I can to build my business. I see your posts and things like that, and I always can appreciate those types of things because transparency is the key. No one can really nail you to a cross if you are transparent.
Yeah.
Even when Kevin Hart got in trouble, his first thing he did was got on Twitter, made a video like, yes, I did this and I apologize. I feel like when you have that approach to life, once again, it's just a symbolism of humility and humbleness, and that will get you far in life. And I definitely appreciate that about you. So I just have a few more questions about you, Brandon. I could hold you here all day because you just have such good things to talk about. Tell me, how do you plan to take on the spring? We're in spring, full-fledged now. Pandemic is getting a little bit better day by day. More people are getting into personal training, and they're going to get more people into personal training because the weather is nice, right? How do you plan on taking that on?
Already kind of taking it on. We're going outside a little bit more. Honestly, so when COVID first hit and the summer was going through, I highly encourage for more clients to want to work out outside. Let's work out in, the vitamin D. Let's work on more cardio more, since this is a lung capacity, virus, right? Let's get our cardio up so, you don't have to be on and so That's really, so, a lot of us are inside. Some of my clients are virtual. I do work with kids as well, some virtually, some in person. And so really the only real difference, that I'll probably go into this spring is just trying to get my clients outside a lot more. Maybe I do some get back into group training a little bit more to make it more fun.
That's the thing I miss too. Is the group training.
And I need a little switch up, for my motivation, too, so I don't get into the same path.
Monday.
Yeah. But I'll look forward, to it. I just hope we don't go into more shutdowns and such.
Yeah.
And I just hope, that people don't, or clients don't operate in too much fear of kind of doing stuff, because I think that is one thing a lot of people are fighting through right now. But my business is in a way Get Gone. Like, there's a certain type of person that hires a guy like me.
Right.
Because I am
usually more alpha, more confident, more, like you said, all or nothing types, right?
But I do get the other type as well, and so again, I work with that. I try to listen to what you, like I said, what happened today,
exactly.
But I work with kids from 5 to 90, men and women, races, ethnicities. So like I still of course do have to learn and challenge myself with working with people a little bit. A little more on the sensitive side, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it helps me to become more of a sensible person, which you just can't be just this guy all the time.
Yep. And the only way you can go is up from there. You just continue to grow and be the best person you can be, best trainer you can be, and that's all you can ask for. So, with that being said, Brandon, is there anything else you want to let the world know about you really quick, or is there a quote or a statement you want to leave people with? What would you like to say?
The best thing I could say is, for me, again, I credit all my success to the purpose I feel Yah's put in my life. So I say, for one, if whatever you believe in, for me personally, y'all call him God, I call him Yahuwah. Put your purpose in your faith at the most forefront of your life, right? And when you know that you have a purpose, you're created with that, that's going to drive you to want to not go out of this world without fulfilling that purpose.
Yes, legacy.
That's my main drive, and just realize whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
Life is written, for us.
Yeah.
So in that, type of faith, don't worry about things, you know what I mean? Or try not to. Each day comes with its own problems. Tackle them, one day at a time. But yeah, that's basically, the best I've got on that.
Okay.
As far as I guess what's looking in the future, I'm looking to get into maybe child mentorship, more again. I used to do that back in the day.
Yep.
I'm trying to get more charity, out of my life. If I'm well blessed, I need to bless others. So
you wrote a whole children's book, by the way.
Oh, right. B-Shack's exercise book for kids on thebestofbam.com.
It's awesome.
/books.
Check it out.
And so I just hope to work with more kids in the future, and to give more as I'm giving. So
okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
And the one thing I do want to say that I'm taking away from you today is hit the reset button. I love it. I love how you said you can do that throughout the day. You don't have to just do it in the morning. Every single time you have a hiccup, just reset.
Reset.
I love that.
You
I'm going to use that.
Control your mind and your emotions.
Yes.
We all have that,
and that's okay to do that.
We just have to realize that we can control our atmosphere. So.
Beautiful. Yeah. So tell everyone listening and watching how they can find you. How can they contact Brandon?
So on Instagram and Facebook, I'm at Coach B-Shack. Or GetGansGetGone.com is the apparel site. TheBestofBam.com for books and such. And you can go on Thumbtack to see my profile reviews, things of that nature. So.
Wonderful. Well, you heard it here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. We are here via the Old Fashioned Health Network. You can find us live on the Facebook group page. Also, Ashley's Fitness Party podcast. You can find the videos on ashleysfitnessparty.com. This is our Friday show that we do once a month. We're talking about fitness, health, and wellness. That's all there is for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed, and productive weekend. And don't forget to celebrate, because first of all, it's a party because we're celebrating your health. And second of all, it's Friday. All right. Take care. Bye, everyone.